Hey guys, so today I'm going to explain what ESCAPA is in the subjunctive, and essentially in this 2 to 3 minute video I'll just say how these indicators imply that you always use the subjunctive. No indicative, no infinitive, always subjunctive. So let's start. Very nice. And these are what ESCAPA represents. These 7 things. So obviously you can memorize it by seeing that the first letter represents this whole indicator. So the E stands for en caso de que, so in case of. Sin que, sin means without, so sin que without that. Con tal de que, provided that. A menos means unless, so unless that. Para que, that one can mean in order for, or so, something like that. Antes de que, before that, and a fin de que, which sounds like at the end of, but I believe it really is more like in order that. And like I said before, this always implies that you're using subjunctive, never the indicative. Here's some quick examples. So obviously remember what each of them represents. So no voy a menos que venga ella. So you see the a menos que here. So pretend you didn't know that was there, right? And you knew it was venir. The fact that it's a menos que implies that you're using the subjunctive now, right? And the ella form of the subjunctive, present subjunctive, is venga. Okay, here's another thing to notice. Ganaré antes de salir. Antes de que was one of them, like we said. However, there's no que. And in this example, it'd just be the infinitive, because it is not ESCAPA. It needs the que. That's what makes it subjunctive. Okay, here's another example, a more difficult one. Voy al cine, pero mis padres no quieren que yo vaya. There's no ESCAPA there, however, that's still subjunctive for other reasons. Voy al cine sin que sepan mis padres. So the first one's saying I'm going to the movies, or to the theater, but my parents don't want me to go. There's a subject change. However, in this one, it's the same thing. I'm going to the movies without my parents knowing. Kind of. It's similar, but not exact. But you see the sin que, which makes it sepan, which is saber in the subjunctive. Ten cuidado. So, like I said before, the que matters. Mi hijo trabaja para recibir mucho dinero versus mi hijo trabaja para que reciba mucho dinero. So in one, the top one, there's no ESCAPA. It's just para recibir. So my son works in order to receive a lot of money. And on the bottom, once you add the que, not only does it change from the infinitive recibir to the subjunctive reciba, but it changes definition. So my son works so that he receives a lot of money. Technically, it's the same thing. However, it's just, you have to know this. And this is a very common part of the subjunctive that I think is very useful to know. One thing to add is that this can obviously be used with the imperfect subjunctive, the future subjunctive, just anything in subjunctive. So here's an example. No visitaba el centro en caso de que viera a mi exnovia. I used to not visit the mall in case that I saw my ex-girlfriend. And this can be used in the preterite too, not just the imperfect, even though the tense is called the imperfect subjunctive. And I have another video on how you get viera. But basically, in the preterite, it's no visite instead of no visitaba, which changes from I used to not visit to I didn't visit, meaning once you didn't visit that one time. However, in the top one, this thing there, that's like used to not visit multiple times, or I was not visiting the mall. It can also mean that. And that's basically it for ESCAPA. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.